you ready to go? Yeah, so welcome back to MLW, everybody. This is episode 1-2. We're calling it 1-2 because our first session had an audio problem with the microphones, audio canceling each other. And isn't it on yours? Oh, I thought this was you because you were jamming tech.
Tech Anita?
Yeah, it's all good.
No, it was
I got
on
plenty
yours.
of tech on mine too.
Hey, MLW back for episode 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. Here we are,
1.5,
kicking
here
it
we
off.
are.
So we're going to start every episode with a review. I think that's what's going to make us separate from everybody else. So today, we're going to bang it out on the KPD meter, which y'all probably couldn't get a good explanation of yesterday. But we got 5 things that we review off of here. We got bag appeal, aroma, taste, smoke, and high. We're going to go off the first 4, and then I think we're going to start giving you the last one at the end and closing out the show with,
So essentially anything around 42. Last one we tested was the Marshmallow OG. Came out to be about 41.75, which is indeed a
pretty
pass
fucking good
in the KPD meter.
Yeah.
Anything we want around 39, I think we would be able to provide our clientele. Anything 39 above to 50. We're about that. But anything below, we're gonna let it go.
We're talking KPD meter here. We're not talking THC levels.
Anything below, we're gonna let that shit go.
We're not talking THC levels on that.
Even
number,
if it
guys.
is our best grower, if it's below the KPD meter, if it's below, let that shit go. All right, so we got the apple fritter, 24% hybrid. How you feeling about it when you first look at it?
So bag appeal's been handled quite a bit. We got this from our local people here that we've been going to until our grower's done with his session, with his harvest, which is coming up very, very, very soon. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Good stuff. Excited for him.
This bud's been handled quite a bit. The red hairs, all the trimming, you can kind of tell that it's been damaged in the jars and just getting shook around in the other buds for a while. But overall, it's got a good smell. I can tell it's going to be very strong and good. It's very dense. I don't like it like that because I don't like to always put my smoke into a grinder. As you can tell,
to break up. It's real dense.
I just started
Even
breaking.
Using scissors is tough.
Yeah, I just started breaking it up. Kyle had already had some there in the grinder, but I like to always try by hand first to see how sticky it is, to smell it, and
absolutely.
That's always the first go. So, and it helps me judge off the bag appeal. So on my bag appeal, I'm gonna go ahead and give this like a 6.5.
Yeah, I feel about the same. Just looking at it and feeling it and having it, I'm gonna go 6.2. 6.2.
This is the apple fritter number 4. This is one of my favorite strains, is apple fritter. So I'm kind of going to be real critical on this one. I've had it from a lot of good growers out of state and California for a while. And guys, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be reviewing is going to be hybrids because they've taken these phenomenal strains for so long and have crossbreeded them into these strains we're smoking today. And that's what you get.
Yeah.
So,
It's
real lemony smelling,
okay.
terpene wise.
Lots of terps. I like it. You can shake it and there's just stuff falling
This is
off.
supposed to be a little bit more indica dominant, so we'll see what we got.
It's supposed to help with anxiety, which, as a business person, you can have a lot of anxiety, through the day in, day out. Some days you're the best and some days you're not the best.
That's right.
It can almost happen in the same day type roller coaster. I've actually had some really good stuff happen and then some really bad stuff happen right after that. So, you never know. Just keep even keel. You just keep it going, man.
What's your bag appeal rating, brother?
6.2.
Aroma had a great smell. Great smell to it. I'm going to stay at about an 8.2 on that. Can't go wrong.
I'm gonna give it a 7.9. I did like the smell.
As far as the taste goes, it's very, very smooth through the joint. burning clean, white ash. That's really, really good for the smoke. Knowing that this plant was flushed out of all the chemicals before the harvesting.
A few moments later.
So you got the Josh Hamilton book today. That's nice.
Yeah, man, I figured I'd go ahead and bust out. Josh, you know, read his book. He's always been one of my favorite players. You know, I'm a big Ranger. Oh, not wearing the Rangers shirt. Sorry, we're wearing the Houston shirt. But yeah, y'all check that out. Flawless, Johnny Dang, Mike Mills. You know, y'all go check them boys out downtown.
Great.
But yeah, Josh Hamilton, yeah, man. Y'all should read this book if you've never read it. Great read. Figured he'd be a great person to try to get on the show one day, talk about recovery.
Man, that would be so cool.
Oh, dude, that'd be me and one of your idols.
That would be so cool.
We hear some of the taste. I'm gonna actually give this like a 7, man. It's
hit
smooth.
Hit him in the face, Josh Hamilton in the face. We finally get him to hang
I'll
out.
hit you in the face. Is who I'm gonna hit
Talk,
in the face.
and you hit him in the face on the pitch. And
What are you doing on
he's
taste?
got to go home. I'm gonna go 7.1 on taste. 7.1 on taste.
Smoke's good to me. I'm gonna give it
It's
like
a
an
heavy.
8.9.
It's a little bit of a heavier smoker, so I think I'm gonna say 7.5 on the smoke. This is obviously not my favorite, but still good. I don't know if I would pass it for, MLW pass.
Yeah, I mean,
Right now, good enough.
for sure. All right, so we'll come back with the high later. We'll get a total on that. As far as everything goes now, is it going to get a gas, a mid, or a trash, do you think? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go probably trash.
Trash?
Yeah.
Think it's gonna go trash?
I could say it's closer to mid than trash.
Yeah, I think it's going to go mid. Anyways, we'll get back to that conclusion later. Apple fritter number 4. Yeah, so... I haven't really been feeling none of the Eminem discography that's been on my Apple library for years. I don't know. I just skipped right past them. Maybe it's all the fucking Stan skits. Yeah, so coming back, episode 1.5, baby. Kyle dubbed this. I was calling it episode 1.2. 1.2.
1.5.
Yeah, so...
1.2.
so we got legal online orders going on. Obviously, you get that through the mail. So until we get our website up, we're going to be talking about taking phone orders soon. Our grower should be coming very soon with, his harvest, and we're super excited to have those strains.
Looking forward to it.
I'm not talking very much on the releases of the strains that we're dropping there and what's coming up. I'm going to let it all be secret. I haven't done any photography over there. We just talked about that today. We're about to go back over there soon, get a little harvest update.
Quick update. Good.
Yeah. Then we got a cure session to go through, and once that's done, we'll have some product in our hands, and it'll be ready for sales.
I have a question.
What's that?
All right, so the March 31st thing happened, right? Okay, so the storefronts are now they're kind of shutting down or whatever, and they're kind of changing businesses and.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyways, they're changing businesses.
That's a good part of the song. They're changing out. So what nobody knows and nobody understands is that you can just go online.
Just look for it soon, man, on MajorLeagueWeedTexas.com.
Bang.
It's gonna be
MajorLeagueTexas.com.
Yeah, TX. It's not spelled out, and it's not done yet, obviously. But you can go check it out. It's coming soon.
Excited you could go on there and order whatever you like straight to your doorstep. I recommend signing up for the Home Run Club. That would be my perfect amount. You get an ounce monthly delivered to your door. And just smoke it at your leisure. And then every day on the 3rd of the month you get to pick obviously what day. 3rd of the month, you just get brand new brand new zip right there. Straight
Yeah,
to your
so
door.
obviously it's going to be all about what's in inventory, and working with us, we're always doing quality control on the growers and looking at the crops and, you know, doing QC on it. We just did QC this morning. That's doing a review, you know, looking at bag appeal, aroma, taste, smoke, high, all of that, and knowing how it burns and if there's still chemicals left in it, how it tastes, how it breaks up.
Yeah,
You know,
the high's pretty good. I like it.
yeah, I do too. I was actually kind of expecting a
Yeah.
lower rating, but
I think I'm gonna
it's,
go a little bit higher rating on the high.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it probably around a 7, man.
I'm gonna
Like
go.
a 7, like a 7.3,
I'm gonna go a little bit higher. Unexpected 8.4.
8.4.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
going
know.
a little bit higher. Just to give it a better rating. You know, I think that the high is pretty good. I like it. No. You know, gotta pay attention to sports. You know, love sports cards. I think next episode might rip some Cooper Flag tops. That'd be fun. You know, like a base PSA 10 sells for like, can't remember exactly. I think $1,000, $900, something like that. Base chrome.
Is that right?
No, it's 300. I think it's 300. Base chrome PSA 10 sells for like 350.
All right, so back to the KPD meter. We got all the scores in, added up. Gas, mid, or trash, Kyle. What did it come in as? We got a 37.6. So it's looking pretty.
I'm gonna go mid. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty mid there. Definitely a product that I'd like to have on our website.
Disagree.
It's a great product. It's going to be for sale. Stuff just like that. It's what you're going to find here and higher. You're not
Like
going to
if I
find
only
any
had
trash.
3
That's for
strands
damn
to
sure.
pick from in the world, I would not put that in the top 3.
I would probably done by a different grower, and that's the whole point that we're trying to bring y'all. Is
Possibly, yes.
growers bring out different
Growers
plants,
matter.
different nutrients. It's all about the nutrients and getting
For
them out
sure.
of the plant. And so
Yeah.
knowing your
There's
pH
a lot
levels through your
involved.
grow, it's
You gotta know your pH levels.
yeah, sure. Athletes, celebrities, entertainers. We're gonna have our first interview soon. Can't tell y'all who it is, but it's coming. Look out.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, KD.
Celebrity bro. He's just sick, bro. It's awesome. You know, pretty much you watch your whole life. The dude's playing basketball your whole life. You know, your whole adult life is playing basketball like LeBron James too. Like they've been in the league for freaking since high school.
So, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was some of the changes some of the other shops have been making. You know, they went completely edibles on the shelves. The ones that we've been in, full edibles on the shelves. If you're part of their member group, you might go further than that. And one of the biggest changes I've seen is there's somebody now offering THC inhalers.
I don't know if I trust that.
Ain't nothing to trust about it, buddy.
I don't do that. That's why that's why flowers, obviously reigns supreme. As far as all the trinkets go and all the other stuff you can get. Even wax, diving into wax is pretty intense, couch lock type stuff.
Should we go back? I've given a lot of people their first dabs back whenever. Did I give you your first dab or no?
No.
John? It was John?
No.
No, I definitely gave John his first dab.
Oregon, man. Oregon is a good spot where you can get a really good weed.
Oh, yeah.
Just going in
West
there.
Coast, baby.
Dude, I remember smoking in high school. probably some of the best weed that was around in America. You know.
Hey, so coming back to you, y'all didn't get to hear a lot about this in the first episode because the mics got cut off and we're voice canceling each other out. But the structure of the platform, y'all, we were going to have a founders group. We've got the Home Run Club, and then we've got the Grand Slam Club. Each one's got a little bit of differences in them. Kyle can probably tell you about them right now.
Yep, Founders Club, family members. There's going to be a limited amount of space there. You want to get in on that. Founders,
if you're here right now, we have the availability to get in on that, and later on, I'm telling you, it's gonna book up.
Get in now.
If you know us and you know me, and you know, if you know me, we'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. It's gonna have good stuff, and it's gonna be awesome.
Have the
it's
connection.
Gonna be the best, available, and obviously, if you can get discounts, that's gonna be the best case scenario for everybody.
Right. So you're not gonna be paying a monthly fee on the founders rate membership. You're just gonna be able to log onto the website, and you're gonna have a locked-in percentage discount rate.
It's gonna be awesome.
And
Founders Club for sure.
You pay for your shipping and
Home Run Club
to your door.
Home Run Club's awesome. You're gonna start off with getting an ounce delivered to your door, every month, and
so we're looking at bringing y'all an ounce a month in the Home Run Club. Ounce a month.
You can get a half and half of the two different strands. It's probably what we'll do. But yeah, you can kind of pick and choose, and
there'll be a selection for that. Possibly, we'll go over that. I think that's a great idea for sure.
Yep.
That way you ain't got to be smoking on the same thing all month long. Also, if you're a big smoker like me, though, we have the Grand Slam Club.
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam Club, we're bringing you 2 ounces a month. I mean, that's about what I smoke. That's about what I go through. I do share, sharing is caring.
Share is fun, it is fun smoking with
now,
people.
As far as passing joints, I've always definitely preferred to roll my own and then roll somebody else their own and then smoke. But sharing is caring, baby, and I do share my medicine with those in need. So
personal,
just like Kyle was saying earlier, going through the day of a businessman and having anxiety, worried about a lot of stuff. It's real life, and there's family life that goes along with that and everything else. So it treats a lot of different things, and it's a miracle plant, and I'll never stop advocating for it. And that's why we created MLW, so that a lot of the great people that have came along in life, most of them are athletes, celebrities, and entertainers, they're advocates for it. And we all need to start speaking up and take down this alcohol industry that's
if you think about it, he had a big problem with alcohol, and that was obviously the main issue with Josh is he drank, and then when he accidentally drank too much, that's when you have blow up nights.
Fell into that cocaine.
That's when you have blow up nights. But that's not
fell into that cocaine.
You can't have that.
Y'all go get you a copy, bro. His book is amazing.
Seriously.
And he did overcome those battles. Never been my drug of choice. I don't like any drugs really, or alcohol. I'm not a drinker.
Yeah, I mean the world would definitely be a little bit more peaceful if everybody just smoked a joint.
That's right. Here you go, guys.
There you go. Pass it.
How you liking the book over here from Burner, man? You're probably about done. I'm getting close to about done with it. Burner, becoming legend, get rich, leave a legacy. Yeah. Burner's the creator of cookies. He's also a phenomenal rapper. Been in the game a long time, working with numerous artists.
I love it. It's a powerful book. Just got to the point where you get hooked a little bit towards the end because. And then he's from some of the areas I'm from. Like I grew up going to Stinson Beach. I just got to the point of the book where he goes to Stinson Beach, and the trials and tribulations of trying to grow his business, to grow his brand. And then really it's awesome he did it on the West Coast, like, in the area where, I kind of was. And, used to run around going to Candlestick Park and, but anyways, like I think it's a great book. I think he's someone that you could learn from, through his story, and just a good person, right? So
For sure, my
he means
dude.
well. He means
Tap
well.
in. I would
You know,
love
you
to
can tell
connect.
he-
You know,
you
we
tell he
really
cares, right?
we really wanted to win your contest. You know, the $19,000. You know, obviously, if you didn't get the book, you don't know where that comes from. But that's what you started with from your mom's money, and
Yeah, the
you know,
19K. I
tap
saw
in.
some other interviews he was doing about that the other day. That was
Oh,
pretty
also
cool, too.
King Palm, tap in. You know, I've been using your products for years. Love them. I only like these though. So.
Maybe tag him in the video, but you know. Put a
Yeah.
link- put a link
Also,
below so
guys, if
somebody
you
can get
blow
it.
glass, you know that's our favorite form of use is through glass, bongs, pipes, whatever's the cleanest way to burn the flower. Obviously, vapes. We're gonna start covering a lot of those. We've got some products that we're gonna be doing some future shows on already.
We should do some cookies vapes
Yeah, we can get a few.
and review those.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
Obviously, probably pretty good. We could.
yeah. So I've
Could
had
go,
quite a
could go
few.
on
You've had
something,
quite a
something
few.
you can add on the
so-
website. You know, we can add onto the website for the fans
Yeah.
and for the people out there, for the clientele. You know, high end vapes and high end flour. What?
Hey, speaking of, I'm gonna move
Careful of that.
Wyatt Langford for a minute. Put him over there with Josh. We're gonna move Corey Seager for a minute, guys. Hey, Corey Seager, bro, killing it, dog. Love you being on the Rangers. Don't go nowhere, please. Let's talk about the Houston Open. The Houston Open just finished up here
That was awesome.
in Houston, baby, where we're at. H-Town, hold it down. And who won it? Can you tell us who won it, Kyle?
Gary Woodland.
All right, so Gary Woodland won it. He's been battling cancer, man. He just overcame that. Been battling a lot of anxiety, PSTD, and
Yeah.
did his thing,
Awesome.
dude.
Awesome that he won that.
And it's
What a
also
cool
obviously
comeback.
it's a what type of tournament is it? Who's it for?
Cancer.
It's for the Children's Cancer Tournament
Children's
here.
Cancer, Texas Children's
But-
Hospital.
Anyways,
Anyway,
it's the
yeah.
Texas Children's Cancer Tournament
Yeah.
here in Houston. Houston
charity,
Open,
yeah,
and
it's
he
gonna be
won
great.
that, dude. And it's great that he turned around, beat cancer, and won the fucking tournament.
Yeah, got a brain tumor cut out of his head. You know, that's crazy.
You know, again, another probably
Just come back and play
person
professional
who,
golf. Golf's so hard.
yeah, it
You know,
is. But I
I
find,
should've
you know,
71
those
and then
days that I get out
91,
there and I
you know.
smoke, you know,
It is.
Kyle's like, Kyle will hand me a bowl on the course, and the next thing you know, it's like game over, lights out, dropping dimes.
327 center. Yeah, no. The other day I was kind of playing rough, and we're on like hole 4, and I was like, man, let's smoke. So we go out there. Ronnie hands the pipe, smoke the pipe, and he goes, man, we just powered up. We should not have smoked. Kyle's gonna be powered up. Next drive was a par 5. Next drive was like 340 down the left side. It was, and then I ended up missing the eagle putt, you know, for a tap in birdie. So
Yeah, I ended up
Yeah.
parring that hole after my drive was about 10 yards past his, and that's what got me about that hole. But my second shot was fucking before the bunker, right, on that one. Yeah. Still made up and down on that hole. But yes.
But yes.
Hey, dude, let me tell you
But
something.
yes.
Me and this dude shoot 70s in golf all the time.
But yes. I would
and-
say top 3% of golfers in the world.
For sure, we're ball
Like,
strikers, we're
can't-
baseball players. You know,
can't-
this is something that we stare at while we do this podcast every day. It'll probably stay on this podcast for the end of time. And risk, you can't steal second base.
And keep your foot on first.
That's right. So I keep it facing our way so we can film and read that. That's his, but I love it. You know,
Yeah, it's cool.
that's what brought us together was baseball and weed and
Yeah, no,
golf.
it's so funny. College teammates, you know, in Oregon, we just bonded over smoking, playing poker, just having a good old time, you know, and that's, you know, we smoked after we won. We dominated. Worked hard, practiced, didn't stop us from going to weights at 6 a.m., you know. You know, my 21st birthday, had a margarita, and then we all went back and played poker and Halo, and then 6 a.m. practice the next day, of course. 'Cause
Yeah,
he knows,
past,
he knows I'm 21, so it's like, no, y'all are not going out for KP's birthday. 6 a.m. practice.
yeah, past decade of my life, I've been pretty much in the gym most of the time. I've lost quite a bit of weight in the past year just from, not eating and not being in the gym, just having a dead cut off from it. But I was in there every day. And, this is a big key to it. Getting my mind right, being able to go in there.
Get your mind right.
It allows me to focus and knock out a lot of tasks.
Dude, I used to smoke and go do a CrossFit workout. Shit's tough, bro.
Yes, working, it's a big thing for me while I work. I do a lot of CNC work. I do a lot of technical things, and it's always been part of my day, whether my employer liked it or not. And that's kind of why I work for myself and do what we do, because to be able to own your own time and have the lifestyle that you want to live is everything. And I want to live it with my kids and doing the things I love and with the people that we love. And that's why we're here, man, to bring this together and bring it to you.
Great message.
So it can help bring y'all the things that we love together, and we've had a lot of time together that we enjoy the things we love in life together.
Yeah.
So
bonding, dude, playing golf on, sometimes when we're out there and it's sunset and it's like beautiful out there on the golf course, it's like heaven on earth a little bit, and you're smoking and you're playing golf and you're playing good. And you're having bevies, and you're out there and just having a great time with the boys.
Don't say bevies in front of me ever again, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, let's tell them about
bevies, man. Bevies with the boys.
Hey, this motherfucker made me drink my first White Claw ever, and it was on the golf course. And we got fucking clawed.
Yeah, ain't no laws in drink.
I'm not a drinker,
ain't
y'all.
No laws.
I'm not a drinker, so
man, that shit was epic. Hey, but the high noon stuff is the best right now. Like that's the most refreshing. Obviously, transfusions. Any sort of mix up of the transfusion.
Man, hold on. Let's not go at all, because alcohol sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, we're talking about
part
sports.
of the life.
Let's continue about sports, though. It's not part of the life. It's part of y'all's life. Let's talk about
I've enjoyed a few bevies every once in a while.
You know what though? I don't though, unless anybody has.
Next time I might have me a little transfusion right here, just cause.
Yeah, mixed with some fucking THC and we'll make sure it's dosed. I'm gonna dose this guy.
That's what we're talking about. Now we're talking.
Yeah,
it would be so cool to make a coffee.
I need to go get my ashtray.
Like make our own THC coffee.
Yeah, look,
THC coffee.
Look, stick around because we do have an ice cream venture coming up. It's all planned out.
Ice cream is sick.
Yeah, dude, me and my boy Chris Nunez, y'all lock that dude's name in. He's gonna be fucking slaying the cream all over y'all. We got some awesome flavors though. Strawberry pistachio with white chocolate. Like, there's a lot of dope stuff going on. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
you make it a little THC flavored,
Mm-hmm.
We had those popsicles the other day. If you can put a little bit of THC magic in those.
For sure.
Best.
Hey, what you know about some Russ and Devin the Dude right here, H-Town's finest?
Ivan. Never heard this song, but I like it a lot.
Oh, man.
Cut that shit out. Complaining changes not that's a fact. That is straight facts. So it's crunch time.
Yes. So, all right. Yeah. So we shot that strain review earlier on the Marshmallow OG, and we were pretty right about the high. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
For sure.
Done.
So we wanted to talk a little bit more about the regulatory stuff. Everybody's panicking. Nobody really knows what's going on. There's a lot of gray area in the market right now, and what you can and can't do, what you can have, where to get it from, stuff like that. And anyways,
Where you getting it from, dude?
You're supposed to ask the fucking question.
What question?
Alright, so, anyways, Kyle's main info he wanted to put out to you right now because I'm telling you, this weed is loud.
What question did you ask?
You asked the question, bro. He wanted to know, is like, how do you travel with it?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And so, all right. So how do you travel with it is this. First of all, you don't have to anymore whenever we get our platform up
Don't
and
have
running.
to.
Okay.
It's gonna go
But
straight.
besides that, right now, while we're in the gray
You don't have to like
areas,
travel, like go to the smoke shop and go home. You don't have to go to the dispensary and go home with it.
yeah. So
Straight to your doorstep.
anyways,
Boom.
yeah. There's
Grand
no
Slam Club.
there's no more
Set for the year.
There's no more traveling with it,
Set for the year.
and
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if
that's
you
where
have
we're
an
at,
address change, you just update it and just update it.
Hold on.
So, Doza, tell me what's the best way to travel with,
A product.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the best way?
So best way to travel with it is you don't travel with it. You just order it from our website. But if you have to,
Facts.
okay. So make
Yeah,
sure
like vacation,
whatever container
stuff
that
like
it
that,
comes
yeah.
in most of the time. The
Container.
growers that we work with will be working with high end glass jars. Make sure that it's in
Glass
that
jar.
container. Make sure that
It's got the
label is on it and the COA is there to
COA is
present.
there.
And always take your receipt. That's always a good thing to do to show that you bought it from a reputable retail sales license.
State license.
Don't be under the influence when you drive with it, but you're allowed to, be in possession of it. You can it's the wild, wild west right now, just like
It
we
is.
said earlier.
You're good.
A lot of people don't know much.
Yeah,
They don't know about it.
And that's kind of what I was trying to get at is essentially there's a few steps to where, hey man, like Blake does a really good job. If the cop pulls him over in a certain area, typically you're going to jail. But if you have the right education and right knowledge that you can have a medical license and you can have it in your packaging, and you're able to carry it a certain amount, then perfect. That's what we want. We want to be able to basically let you guys know that, and and that's important. And that's important in the process and important in the learning curve. About that. What's crazy to me about this, Blake?
What's that?
Is like the edibles and the drinks are still 100% legal.
Yeah, for sure.
And flour is the most painless thing. And so I don't understand why would they do that? Is it because there's too many businesses popping up in the areas?
I have no idea. That's just part of the regulation. That's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, if they're gonna regulate it, might as well make money off of it. And that's what I always think. Like, if you're gonna have a product of something, and there's plethora of people that smoke it in an area, supply and demand, law of nature and nurture, like you're gonna have multiple people on the black market buying, multiple people buying online, multiple people probably still selling in a storefront, with their certain members. It's gonna be for our clientele straight to your doorstep. Like, how cool is that? How cool is that you can get the best in the area, or even maybe even in the country. I think when it comes down to it, some of the smoke that we get could rival the best in the country.
Oh, for sure.
Living in Oregon, and smoking that for 10 plus years, it almost feels like there's nothing better. But I don't know, some of the stuff that we've had recently, really high end, really great stuff. So tune in, episode 2. We're gonna talk about our clubs, Grand Slam Club Blake.
Yeah, Grand
Home
Slam
run.
Club's coming in. Home
Run Club KP.
Stepping up to the plate, Texas, baby. Y'all stay tuned.
Y'all stay tuned. Good night.